who are working very hard, and we don't have mighty builder. The man who was a failure in his business became an overnight success. He prospered so much that he needed people to help him, as it were, to carry what I call carrying the money to the bank. You know, I've prayed that prayer before. I'm praying it again. Of job you are doing, that you have this kind of money. I am praying for someone here today, in the name that's above every other name, that if one day you go to the bank and you say, I want to move my business out of this bank, the manager will come and beg you. Because the manager will know that if you move your money out of his bank, there will be some problems. God will prosper you. As you serve him, he will see to it that your business will prosper. He builds businesses. And of course, he builds churches. In Matthew chapter 16, from verse 13 to 18, Matthew 16, 13 to 18, when he asked the disciples, when the Lord asked the disciples, who I am? Who do you think they say I am? And they all say, oh, some said you are Elijah, some said you are Elisha, some said. When he turned to them, he said, well, you have been moving together for these years. Who do you say I am? I know you. You are the Son of the Most High God. He said, all right. On this your confession, I will build my church. And the gates of hell. That's good news for us, particularly in Nigeria, at a time like this. It doesn't matter how hard the devil may try. It cannot prevail against the church. Because it is God himself who said, I will build my church. And when God builds, nobody can pull down. When God opens a door, nobody can shut it. It's when God shuts a door that nobody can open it. So I have good news for you, my children, once again. Put your mind at rest. The gates of hell shall not prevail. Whether the devil likes it or not, the church is going to laugh last. Why? Because it is God that is doing the building. He said, I will build my church. And the gates of hell shall not prevail. But then God does much more than that. He builds people. This should interest you. Because when we say he builds people, that includes you. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, we discover that every other thing that God had created, he created them simply by speaking. Let there be fish, let there. But when he came to making man, he practically built man out of the dust of the earth. He formed man. He formed man and then built into it the breath of life. The beauty of that is this. As you will find in John chapter 9, from verse 1 to 7, John 9, 1 to 7, when God saw a man who was, when Jesus saw a man who was born blind, and the disciples were asking, why was this man born blind? Is it his sin or the sin of the parents? Jesus said, no. This man had been blind up to this moment so that I can demonstrate to you how man was formed in the first instance. That man is made from the dust of the earth. So that's why he spat on the ground, made some mud, put where the eyes were supposed to be, so told the man to go and wash. And the man came and went to wash and came back with 2 brand new. That God can create for you even something that is missing in your body. But I don't want to go into too much details on that, because you will hear more about that in details during this Congress. He is the one who formed man. That's why he says, I am the God of all flesh. For me, that's good news for you. It doesn't matter the nature of your problem.